What were we talking about when we went to you were
water bills.
You had that kind of shaky.
Let me ask you, Ben. I know you don't want to answer that, or you don't want to talk about this probably, but for people that are still seeing outrageous water bills, what do they do? A $400, $500 bill means there's still some sort of error going on. What is their relief?
Happy to talk about this.
Okay.
This month, we are rolling out the smartphone meter reading system. So what this system does is there are 14 meter readers. These people go out and they read 70,000 meters. All right. Each meter requires them to manually read your dial. Now, this is something that's rolling out like in the last month. So each meter requires the inspector to manually read that dial. Now. Oh, okay. The new system. Yeah. You have to manually read that dial. Now, of course, that was a prerequisite prior to. Mm-hmm. Now, the new system, in addition to that manual read, requires you to take a photograph of the dial. All right. Okay. So if there's debris there, water, leaves, mud, they have to wipe that away and take a photo of the dial. All right. That photo is the location of where that photo was taken is pinged. All of that information is immediately uploaded into the cloud, where an analyst reviews that information and says, well, the location where the account is listed and where the picture was taken match. And that is not a high read. It matches the photo. And so that one passes. But if there's something suspicious, that analyst can order a second read immediately. If you want to dispute the charges on your bill, you contact the water department as always, but now they will be able to look at a photograph of your dial and say, no, that wasn't correct, or yes, that was correct, and then take appropriate action. And you're provided with that information as well. You can see the photograph, and they will also send you the mapped location of where the photograph was taken.
When you're here because you're talking about the new garbage fee, $7 fee on the bill. You mentioned the recycling fee. Where are we on that? The mayor at a council meeting a month or so ago said he's in negotiations. We're talking to companies. Are we going to eventually have a true recycling program?
And or is the idea of eliminating it altogether based on what the current recycle, was it Republic or Pratt, does or doesn't do? Is that still on the table?
So actually, the mayor spoke last time. The mayor spoke in council about this. He cleared this issue up, and we posted on social media, I think last week, about this as well. So we went out, we did an exhaustive investigation, toured the whole facility, watched the whole process unfold, everything. And Pratt is running a true recycling program. All right. So there was this rumor that they only recycle paper.
Sure.
That is not true.
So me putting my plastic bottles in the bag is still worthwhile?
Absolutely. And
glass and all, okay.
No. Not glass.
Okay.
But let me clarify something, because the rumor was, and often rumors have like this kernel of truth to them. So the rumor was that Pratt doesn't recycle paper. That's not true. They do recycle paper. I'm sorry, that Pratt only recycles paper. That's not true. They only use paper for their purposes. So they in-house, that's the only thing that they're using. But they're recycling all the plastics. They're not landfilling them. In fact, when markets are not favorable, they will give those plastics to other recycling companies because it's cheaper to give them away than it is to pay the tipping fees and landfill them.
I know at one point it was during the Tyler administration, and I had read that if you could get like 85 something, I forget what percentage of people in Shreveport would recycle, it would save the city in excess of $500,000 a year. I'm not sure the exact number, but the point being, and I said this a couple of times, for somebody who sits in this chair and says the city needs to watch every penny, for me, because to not recycle to me is hypocritical.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know the exact number of savings, but it's still worthwhile.
Absolutely. It's worthwhile. It's worthwhile in terms of, I mean, think about plastics. Like, those are things that are meant to last nearly forever, but we use them a single time. So it's very important that we recycle items like that rather than just putting them out in the environment where they're just going to accumulate as well.
They don't deteriorate. They don't rot away.
Yeah.
They're there for hundreds of years.
And unfortunately are intended for a single use oftentimes. And so sending it out there to a landfill is just a bad practice. Recycling it is more than worthwhile. And Pratt is recycling plastic bottles. They are recycling paper products. They are not recycling bowling balls, basketballs, animal carcasses or
right.
anything like that.
Sofas, yeah.
Yeah, and and Republic is the one who picks up your recycling, and they pick it up bi-weekly. If you go to the mayor's Facebook page, within an hour, we will pin the post to the top of the page so it's easier for you to find. But there's a recycling schedule with a map that will show when your pickup day is.
Ben, here we go. You ready for the gut punch?
Last question.
Okay, you ready?
Well, one of my
All
duck
right.
over there.
Anytime government puts in a fee, we've got a $7 garbage fee now. It never goes away. It only always goes up. The mayor proposed $14, I think. Are we going to need to see this fee go up in the next 3 years while he's mayor? Or do you think $7 will be sufficient for the next few years?
It's impossible for me to answer what we're going to need 3 years from now. Right now, I mean, we would have to, look into the future and be able to predict what the cost of doing business would be at that time.
But this fee will not go away in 3 years.
No, there was no sunset clause on this fee. I mean, this was
Right.
this is a fee that pays for a service that is going to continue for over the next 3 years.
But no,
and well beyond that.
no plan to increase it gradually like we did with our
We have
sewer
no
bills.
plan in
Okay.
place to increase the sanitation fee. No.
Okay. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you all for having me.
Appreciate it.